Why was the world silent when Rihanna decided to take back Chris Brown after he laid hands on her? Was Hailey Baldwin just a rebound? And why did fans let Ariana Grande get away with ruining Pete Davidson's career? We all know that maintaining a relationship isn't easy, but imagine having to maintain a relationship while being a mega celeb, with the whole world watching. A few things are bound to go wrong, of course, though some Hollywood relationships are just too toxic to defend. Birthday cake? Let's begin with one of the most toxic relationships of all time, which began in 2008. The phase of Chris Brown and Riri. The summer of 2007 saw Chris Brown and Rihanna first collaborating on a remix for Riri's hit Umbrella. The pair kicked things off immediately and went public a few months after. Of course, fans were absolutely here for it. The Lovebirds even took a vacay to Barbados and met Rihanna's family in 2009, leading fans to believe that the prince and princess of hip-hop and pop were due to tie the knot. Little did we know that things were about to take a very shocking turn. On the day of the 2009 Grammy Awards, it was announced that Riri and Chris couldn't perform due to a so-called car accident, but the world would soon learn the truth. That Chris Brown and Riri had an argument that ended with Brown brutally hurting the singer, giving her black eyes and a busted lip. The photo that surfaced of Riri with a bruised face was so shocking that the world was literally after Chris Brown. Chris turned himself over to authorities and was given 5 years of formal probation. But here's where it gets toxic. 2 years after the infamous breakup, the exes started following each other on Twitter. Although Rihanna responded with, "It's f***ing Twitter, calm down," but fans weren't born yesterday. They knew exactly what would happen. Shortly after, in 2012, Rihanna hinted that she was back with her former flame by shockingly tweeting, "They can say whatever, I'ma do whatever. No pain is forever." Yup, you know this. Uh-oh. And just a few months after, the singer dropped her infamous song, Birthday Cake, featuring none other than Chris. The song is filled with intimate lyrics about how the two entertainers wanted each other, which was super disturbing, considering the fact that Chris laid hands on Riri and was given a 2-year restraining order for it. Fans commented, "I already know Riri and Chris Brown's teams want this buried. You can't find it anywhere, and they don't play it on the radio." Looking back, another fan commented, "I remember how shocked everyone was when this came out. The world never expected Rihanna, the queen, to ever take back Chris Brown. But we're glad that the two singers are no longer together." The 2-month replacement. Although they initially wrote off their 2010 date at a Philadelphia IHOP as a friendly hangout, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez finally went public as a couple at the Vanity Fair Oscars party in February 2011. The on-off lovers hit it off until 2020, leading fans to believe that they would finally get their happily ever after. But the world was extremely shocked when Justin married Hailey Bieber just 2 months after calling it quits with Selena. Remember Selena's infamous line from her hit song, "Lose You to Love Me"?
To replace us like it was easy.
Ouch. We absolutely do not need to convince you that Jelena was toxic together, because the singers called it quits and reunited again so many times that we actually lost count. In September 2019, Bieber shared a lengthy note on social media in which he wrote that he was resentful, disrespectful to women, and mistreated all of his relationships while under the influence. He elaborated on this in an Apple Music interview with Zane Lowe, telling the host, "In my previous relationship, I went off and just went crazy and went wild, just being reckless." Though he doesn't explicitly say that he cheated on Gomez, it was certainly implied that he did, several times. It seems like Selena also dished the tea on what really went on for all those years between Jelena behind the scenes. In January 2020, just 4 months after Justin's public confession of his mistreatment, Selena told NPR, "It's dangerous to stay in a victim mentality. And I'm not being disrespectful. I do feel I was a victim of certain abuse." When asked whether this could be categorized as emotional, Gomez answered a plain yes. And I think that it's something that I had to find a way to understand it as an adult. As much as I definitely don't want to spend the rest of my life talking about this, I'm really proud that I can say I feel the strongest I've ever felt, and I found a way to just walk through it with as much grace as possible. Poor Selena. The Whiplash Romance. Ariana Grande and Saturday Night Live host Pete Davidson not only made it on our list of Hollywood's most toxic relationships, but also took petty to a whole new level with their constant shade throwing. Weeks after splitting up with long-term partners, the two began casually dating and got engaged a month after. Less than 5 months after their engagement, the couple suddenly called it quits, leading fans to believe whether this whirlwind of a romance even happened in the first place. This romance happened so fast that it literally gave us a whiplash. Cute, right? Not quite. In April 2018, shortly after a surprise performance at Coachella, Grande posted a photo looking very loved up with her boyfriend of over 2 years, the late rapper Mac Miller. Though the photo has since then been deleted, Ari's relationship with the late rapper was unforgettable. According to People magazine, Ari and Mac officially split after Coachella. But they'd been struggling with their relationship over the previous year, with a source adding, Ariana was holding Mac together for a long time, and it wasn't a good relationship for her. Rather than working on herself, Ari jumped into the arms of Pete. A few weeks after her breakup, Grande had her first date and the first kiss with Pete. After a few cute photos and some snapshots of a big rock on Grande's finger, the singer immediately broke up with Davidson after finding out that her ex, Miller, had passed away. Here's where it gets petty and messy. In December 2020, Ariana dished all the tea when it came to her short-lived fling with Davidson, telling Vogue, "My friends were like, come, we're gonna have a fun summer. And then I met Pete, and it was an amazing distraction. It was frivolous and fun and insane and highly unrealistic, and I loved him, and I didn't know him." Ouch. Did Ari really say that she used Pete as a fun, unrealistic rebound to distract her from her real-life problems? What was Davidson's response? The host, being a comedian, used this as an opportunity to be super petty and embarrass Ariana. In a Saturday Night Live skit, the comedian told fans, "Can you imagine if I did that? My career will be over tomorrow. If I spray painted myself brown and hopped on the cover of Vogue magazine and just started on my ex." Pete openly accused Ariana of blackfishing and did not even feel bad about it. A fan came to Pete's defense by saying, "Honestly, I feel bad for Pete. For one, Ariana seemed embarrassed to be dating him and just talked bad about him to get over that. He seemed like he just wanted to love her, but she just kept turning around and stabbing him in the back. And along with that, the entire world turned on him just because she's Ariana Grande." Well, you know what they say, fans do always tell the truth. One thing we know for sure is that Ari and Pete were not a good match together. We're happy to see the princess of pop happily married and not going around discussing the size of one's private parts. The never-ending relationship. The most toxic relationship on reality TV began in 2006 when Kourtney Kardashian met Scott Disick at a party in Mexico. Though things seemed to be going perfect, Kourt accused her boyfriend of cheating on her after she found texts from another woman on his phone. But this Kardashian saw no red flags, only orange ones. Though the pair split shortly after, they quickly got back together and welcomed their first child, Mason, in the summer of 2010. But Scott's ways only worsened. He punched a mirror in the August 2010 episode of Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami, and Kourtney insisted that she had finally had enough. This obviously wasn't true, as Kourt later took Scott back yet again in October 2013. It seemed like Scott just kept hitting a wall because his mother, Bonnie Disick, passed away that same year. This sent Scott on a never-ending drinking spree, which caused a lot of havoc between him and Kourt. Finally, in July 2015, Kourtney finally called it quits and vowed to never go back after pictures surfaced of Disick getting cozy with his ex-girlfriend, Chloe Bartoli, in Monte Carlo. At the time, momager Chris told Entertainment Online she's hanging in there. 3 months later, Scott took control of his drinking habits by entering rehab. But he was 3 months too late, as Kourtney was finally done. That didn't stop Scott from still trying to have a family with the reality star, though. In September 2018, Kim told her sisters, "So Scott just texted me that he wants to have another baby with Kourtney. But Scott has a girlfriend and Kourtney has a boyfriend." Yes, you heard right. The twisted nature of Kourtney and Scott's relationship lived on past their breakup. Currently, Kourt is in love with boo Travis Barker, and Scott is parading around a 20-year-old girlfriend who goes by the name of Amelia Hamlin. We can't help but feel like Court and Scott's story is far from over, though. Out of our depths. The award for Hollywood's stickiest and most controversial romance has to go to Johnny Depp and ex-wife Amber Heard, simply because so many mega celebs have voiced their own personal opinions on it, splitting the industry in two. The pair began dating in 2011, and engagement rumors began flying in 2014. And just a year later, Depp and Heard married in a private ceremony in LA, with guests describing the exchange as extremely romantic. In 2016, Amber filed for divorce from her husband of less than a year and received a restraining order against the actor for allegedly laying hands on her. According to Amber, Depp threw his phone at her, leaving her with a bruised face. However, a police spokesman told People magazine that no crime had taken place. But Heard begged to differ. The actress spoke to the Washington Post and publicly labeled herself a victim, writing, "I became a public figure representing women, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out." Johnny immediately sued Heard for $50 million, as his account of the story was totally different. In Depp's case, Amber was the perpetrator and he was the victim. In 2020, phone recordings were released in which Heard admitted to hitting Depp, saying, "I'm sorry that I hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. I was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched." Talk about being exposed. This whirlwind of marriage was so toxic that Johnny began to lose big acting roles, including his role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts 3. The actor was also denied the right to appeal by the court's ruling, and was once again denied permission to appeal against the High Court ruling by the Court of Appeals in London. We can't help but feel sorry for him. Forever settling. The relationship that we thought would actually last occurred between Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Fans felt like they were living a teenage dream when Cyrus and Hemsworth became official in 2010 at the Elton John AIDS Foundation Academy Awards viewing party. The pair confirmed their first breakup that year and gave their relationship another try in 2011. Since then, Liam proposed to Miley and called off their engagement. The pair rekindled their romance and broke up yet again, and then decided to give their relationship another try, get married, and break up again. Are you confused? Because we sure are. Fans thought that Liam and Miley would finally get their happily ever after in 2016, when Cyrus confirmed to fans that the pair's engagement was back on. But it seemed too good to be true, because in November 2018, their Malibu house burned down in the Woolsey fire. That same year, Miley confirmed that she called Hemsworth her survival partner instead of fiancé. Ouch. Talk about settling. Miley and Liam chose to ignore the red flags and tied the knot in 2018. This only lasted about a year, as the couple made their final appearance together as a couple in June 2019, and Hemsworth filed for divorce from Miley just 3 months after, in August. Fans accused Miley of cheating on Liam, to which the singer responded, "I can accept that the life I've chosen means I must live completely open and transparent with my fans, who I love, and the public 100% of the time. What I cannot accept is being told I'm lying to cover up a crime I haven't committed." But it seemed as if the two actors didn't work out simply because they were just too different. Miley is wild and Liam is tamed. Fans couldn't help but feel like the actor was trying to change Cyrus into who he wanted her to be. One fan commented, "It seems like Liam is looking for the kind of relationship that his brother Chris has with Elsa Pataki, a meek, normal girl who won't outshine him in terms of personality or career success. Obviously, Miley does not and will never have those qualities in a partner, so it's kind of surprising that it even lasted this long." We can't help but agree. Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts on all of these toxic relationships. Which one do you think was the true match made in hell?